fanatic, noun. A person filled with excessive and single-minded zeal, especially for an extreme religious or political cause. Fanatic, adjective. Filled with or expressing excessive zeal.
All right. So it's Friday. That means 2 days from now, officially, we get to watch the New York Jets play against the freaking Ravens and get their first win of the season. So now, this video isn't about me doing a prediction. I've already been adamant about how I feel the Jets are going to win this game 28-21. I'm excited about the opportunity to get out there, be amongst Jets fanatics, as well as Jets content creators, and rooting for this team. So I just went through this video and I guess kind of like express to Jets fans out there something that I recently discovered that I think is very important for us to kind of understand and embrace as we go into this season. So, okay. So I recently discovered that not everybody that watches the New York Jets play and claim to be a fan or claim to be a supporter of the team are in fact supporters or are in fact fans, right? Um, So I wanted to share that with everybody because I know myself as a fan, I've struggled like mightily trying to understand how you can be a fan of any organization, and even when they're struggling and they're trying to make efforts to get better. And I know we haven't had a reason to be uplifting about the Jets over the last decade plus, but as a fan, as a fan, our job, right, is to look upon our team and be hopeful in the moves that they are making is going to in fact pan out. The fact of the matter is, none of us are general managers. None of us have the pedigree of a GM or have coached football before at the NFL level. And we all can watch and we have an intellect in regards to like how the game is played. But if we were the know-it-alls in terms of like how processes are going to be made or how it's going to turn out, we'd be in an NFL front office running an operation. So, with that said, it became evident to me that the reason why I can't understand why some Jets fans, right, are constantly in the process of wishing failure and preparing for failure on this roster. I couldn't get my head wrapped around that because it's not something that just comes to me as somebody who really wants this team to win, see this team succeed. And I look at the moves they've made this offseason and I feel really, really good about it. When people say that we're gonna go 4-13, or we're gonna go 2-15, or we're gonna get the first overall pick, how is that even feasible when we've improved dramatically? And last year we suffered a plethora of injuries across the entire roster that allowed us to win 4 games last year. Like, how is it that we're taking steps backwards when we've improved so much so in terms of talent level on this roster? So, I finally just kind of like I don't know. I just looked it up. So I want to go ahead and read something to you guys. I'm gonna put it up here too, so y'all don't think I'm just making this stuff up. So there are two types of individuals that watch sports teams. Okay. There are the fans, aka the fanatics, individuals who root for the team, want to see them succeed, are really excited about it, like they believe in this team as if like they were born into it, like it's a religion almost, right? Almost cult like in terms of fellowship when it comes to a team. And then there's spectators who watch the sport, right? Their friends are fans, or their father or their mother was fans, or they got family that was a fan of the team, and so they kind of grew up watching the team. So like, you know what? Since my family and friends watched it, I'm gonna watch it too. So they've kind of like semi been adopted into the fan aspect, but they're more so spectators, vice fans. Now, before I get done, I know a lot of people are going to see this and are going to just automatically get upset because I actually had a couple of conversations with individuals, and I was explaining to them like, there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it with being a Jets spectator. It's just for us as Jets fans who look at the bright side, who are excited about the direction that the team is going into. It was just kind of hard for us to fathom and comprehend and understand how it was so hard for others that claim to be fans couldn't see those things or feel good about those things. So, for those of us who have struggled with that to separate the two, listen to this. So, fanatic. Now, dictionary.com defines the term fanatic, short for, or the full term for fan, as being a person filled with excessive and single minded zeal, especially for an extreme religious or political cause. In our case, sports. In the informal setting, a person with an obsessive interest in and enthusiasm for something, especially an activity. Sports. Enthusiasm, zeal. If you look up the word zeal, you're going to see it's all kinds of positive and like lovely words. I don't want to go ahead and read too many definitions. I want to focus on the two things here. So, in all actuality, a fanatic is somebody who, again, is interested in and enthusiastic for something. So, there in itself, in the very definition of what a fan is somebody who looks at what they're obsessing about in a positive light. Right? You can't help but look at the good in specific aspects that you're a fanatic of or a fan of. So a lot of people were trying to tell me like, oh, you think you're so smart and you're a Jets guru, and no, I'm literally reading it verbatim, as you can see here, from dictionary.com. It doesn't take a guru to go ahead and pull up a freaking word and realize the definition of it. I'm just reading it to you. Nothing genius about it. But okay, so that's a fanatic. All right. Now, a spectator. A spectator. A person who watches at a show, game, or other event. An onlooker, a watcher, a looker on, a fly on the wall, a viewer, etc. There's a bunch of synonyms that goes with spectator. So now, how can you differentiate the two? Now, I'll put it with you like this. So as us fans, me as a fan, I look at this team and I see the move they've made in the right direction. And I'm confident that those moves should reap different results from what we've seen in the past. Okay. So the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. The thing is, the Jets have not done the same thing that they've been doing in times past. So literally expecting a different result in this situation, and a lot of y'all that keep saying like, "Oh my God, you're just a Jets fanatic, you're insane." No, the Jets have done like very very different things in terms of where this team is headed. So again, per the definition, you can't be insane if you're looking at what they've done and you're seeing the turn, the 180. So we fans, fanatics, look at those positive things and are excited about the outcome that could potentially happen because those moves are, by every measure, every metric, have been deemed positive. A lot of people are talking about, oh man, Zach Wilson sucks. He was trash in college. Get out of here. Like Zach Wilson was literally going to be the second overall pick, whether we picked him or San Francisco 49ers picked him. If the 49ers picked him, oh my God, they're geniuses, right? He's freaking balling out because they already had a better roster. The roster was already set up. We pick him, oh, Zach Wilson sucks. But only in the media and through spectators can they look at that and really not see that Zach Wilson actually improved towards the back end of last year with minimal to no help in terms of weapons. If you didn't see that and you just automatically going with Zach Wilson sucks, even though he dominated at BYU and literally, I just again can't let spectators get to you. So now a spectator, and you'll see this a lot, right? Well, they've always done this, this, and this. So until they start winning, I'm going to look at it this way. Got it. Understood. You're a viewer. You're an onlooker. You're waiting to go ahead and see something change for you to actually believe in it, right? So that just means the Jets could have a great season this year. You're going to be all about them. Hoop-de-doo. Great stuff. But if they regress the following year, you're right back to the spectator mindset. Now, spectators do root for the team. They will when they're winning, once they start seeing the wins. But for now, in the interim, until they start seeing it so they can believe, they're spectators that are just going to speak negatively, believe in the past as being the norm, and they don't see the potential of the team whatsoever. A fan, we look at the potential and we focus on that. We see the positive and the goods. And yeah, the Jets might let us down this year. It's very possible that Zach Wilson isn't the guy, or maybe Coach Saleh isn't the guy, and they're going to let us down. Whoop de doo. Could happen, possibly could happen. The difference is we don't already assume the worst, and we're not waiting for the team to be great for us to really believe in them and support them wholeheartedly. A spectator is waiting to see them become great, and then they're going to go ahead and give us the give them the accolades and all the positive reinforcement and the I don't know, they'll start believing in what the team can do. So a spectator needs to see to believe. A fan just believes that, you know what, boom, the team is going to get better. Because I really have a hard time believing that people are sitting around at one Jets right to include the Johnsons, and they're like, you know what we want to do? We want to go ahead and suck every single year because it's fun to own one of the most valuable franchises in the world and not win anything. That, that's what I want to do. It sounds fun. It's not even logical. It's not even logical processing. Yeah, is the leadership sometimes a little confusing and they were a little bit off in their direction and what they're trying to do? Yeah, it's possible. That's very true. But they've literally turned the franchise over to Joe Douglas and they've allowed him to actually run it. No one's giving them credit for that. They haven't they've allowed Joe Douglas to do what he has to do to run this organization. It's, I mean, again, I just wanted to go ahead and make sure we broke that down before the season kicks off here in a couple of days, because the spectators are going to become, they're going to become more fan-like because they're going to start seeing wins, seeing W's. They're going to feel good about it because they're going to see the W's. But I just want to make sure we understand from right now, there's a difference between fans and spectators. So my segment that goes about like, Jets fans, optimists versus pessimists, I was wrong. It's not optimist versus optimist versus pessimist. It should have been Jets fans versus Jets spectators. I know that now, educated myself, I learned that, so I don't get upset anymore whenever I hear individual Jets spectators talk about how the Jets suck and they're going to continue to suck and blah, 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 because I understand now. I understand where they're coming from. I'm no longer aligning them with the fan base that is true Jets fans. I've aligned them with what they truly are, which is Jets spectators. Just something that I wanted to put out there. It could alleviate a lot of headaches and frustrations with a lot of Jets fans as they're trying to figure it out. There's the answer. You're a Jets fan if you believe that this team has the potential to do great things and is going to do great things. You're a Jets spectator if you're just waiting to see it for yourself before you can start really believing or rooting for this team in a positive way. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys today. Just wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, football's back. Can't wait to start it to get here so we can go ahead and start celebrating as Jets fans and Jets spectators.